I got my belt on. Mine's on. Yep, I have the mill belt on, so I still might have something like this, wouldn't you? You know,
got sage,
yep.
feathers.
Yep. It's stuff for having a belt on, just in case, right? Oh, it comes. I think it's just because that's what I'm getting ready in this for. It's cute though. Cloud, background stuff. Make a good picture, wouldn't it?
Pictures?
I'm taking a video right now. Look at the clouds and stuff. That'd be a good time to take a picture, wouldn't it? If I phone in the car though.
Welcome to the Wild Winds Public Reserve. You come to home of what some people call us the home of the thump and the snapping. And then we're thumping for buffalo and the snapping.
Wow.
They are wild. So if we come up close, we'll move. They said there's between 60 and 80 million across the North American continent. And these are not buffalo. Buffalo come from Asia, the water buffalo, in Africa, the Cape buffalo. These are got their nickname buffalo when the Frenchmen came to this part of the world to paddle the canoes on the Great Lakes and to be fur trappers. They thought of their oxen back home and they put the name Boeuf, B-O-U-E-F. And that eventually became buffalo, and boeuf means beef in French. These are bison, and bison is a Latin word that means wild oxen, and that's what they are. They're wild, just like you find out west at the parks. And there's two kinds on the North American continent. East of the Rockies to the Mississippi is the plains or the prairie, where the brown animal comes from, and their heads are more square. Goes back over their back farther, and they have longer hair on their front legs, which they call chaps. And east of the Mississippi to Florida and along the Atlantic coast, and then back up into Canada, there's a black bison called the woodland or the mountain bison. They are black in color. Their faces are more triangle shaped, and they are bigger, and they have a larger hump, but they don't have near the hair on the front legs. It's called chaps. And in 2002, the man that owns the place brought in 2 black bulls and mixed them into his plains herds. Those bulls aren't here today, but their ancestors walked the ground. So the darker they are, the more woodland or mountain they have in them. And see how this one's hair is on its shoulder?
Yeah.
Well, right now they're losing their winter hair, and it's starting to come back in for this winter. And when we move them from around field to field, come spring, summer, and late and midsummer, that hair falls out in big clumps. People will come in the field once they're out, pick up the big globs of hair, and clean out those brushes over there. Take the hair home, clean it, card it, spin it into yarn, and their skeins of yarn sell for $65 and $75 a skein. Because people
Wow.
that's allergic to wool, fur, and hair can wear their hair, and it won't bother their allergies.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah. Taking a picture of the baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
They all have horns. Babies are born with little buttons about the size of the end of your finger. Their horns and hooves are made out of the same stuff that our finger and toenails are.
Oh, so keratin.
Elongated hair and keratin. If they smack out on a tree, a post, or an earth, they can crack that, make it go downward, backward, or maybe knock it clear off and it won't come back like a deer's antler. I've never seen a bull damage their horns in 30 years, but cows, they damage their horns a lot because they do a lot of correcting out here. A bull's horns is always big around at his head, and for 2.5 years they'll go wide and over his head like a crescent moon. Where the girl's horns are smaller diameter, they come out a little ways, go up, and kind of come back like handlebars on a bicycle.
Hmm.
This all started over 70 plus years ago with a couple taking their son to Yellowstone. At that time he got to see one animal. And he said one day he'd own his own. So he finished grade school, high school, went to college, became a surgical orthodontist, and had 3 practices. Wasion, Defiance, and Bryan, Ohio. At that time he had a little farm on the outside of Edgerton, Ohio. He decided then to get his animals, so he went to Custer State Park in South Dakota and got 1 young bull and 5 heifers. A heifer's a female, and they mature between 2 and 3 and starts giving calves. Then she becomes the cow or the giver of life.
Is he going to get sick?
No, he's talking to his mom. She is. It's a little heavenly.
She's ignoring you.
After his little place grew too small too fast, needed more room. A little over 30 years ago, he walked over 400 plus acres here and decided this is where he'd build his retirement home and a place he could have his hobby. He put it into 7 fields for the 7 sacred directions. So where we came in at, the field behind us is 1, we're in 2, one behind us is 3, then we go 4, 5, 6, 7 starts way down on the other side of the trees, comes up this way, goes down over to the trees over there. So there's gates on each end, we rotate them around the preserve. Because they are strictly grass fed, they get no grain.
That's
No hay? You don't.
Their grass is their hay. We cut the grasses off the preserve, and our winter here is from the middle of November to the middle of May. Every morning before 10 o'clock they get 14 rolls of hay, and those bales weigh between 600 and 700 pounds, and we go through 1,200 of them in a winter's time.
wow.
They eat between 60 and 75 pounds of grass a day. Well, so many people started stopping, wanting to see the animals. He changed his home into a bed and breakfast, put the gift shop together, and we built the gazebo, and we started doing tours. Babies come in April, May, June, July. In 3 months, mom goes into season, so that starts the rut, the breeding time, August, September, October, November. So we're in the rut right now. Mom will carry that baby for 9.5 2.5 months. She will walk off a little ways for privacy. Within an hour, hour and a half, she'll come back to the herd with that little reddish orange bundle. They call them red dogs. And within a month and a half, 2 months, because mom's milk is so thick and rich, that baby can triple its weight, and then that's when they start coloring up to look like their parents. Any of them can outswim most people. And in 3 steps, they can be running between 30 and 35 mile an hour and keep it up for a long distance, and they have clocked some going 40.
Wow.
And years ago, when the thousands would run across the prairie out west, they got the nickname Fremont Thunder because the ground sounded like it was thunder. Any of the big guys, any of them, can jump straight up in the air 4 to 6 feet. They can jump forward 7 foot without running, and they can spin on a dime.
She's ignoring.
My job would be to go around field 3, make sure all the wires are stable, steers too fast in and out, pop staples, and they'll kill anything that comes in their home they don't want. Deer, dogs, coyotes, skunk, coons, possums, they'll trample them right in the ground.
Oh, wow.
That's a positive thing.
Wires number 1, 3, 5, and 7 is electric. They respect it, and there's a Rubbermaid tub that's about 8 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot, and if they want a mineral supplement, they normally have to eat the earth out west because nobody does nothing. Well, in that tub, I'll put a mineral supplement, which is like salt, calcium, magnesium, and iron. It's good for mom's milk. It's good for their bones, and they eat it like it's candy. And because of that hump, they can't roll over like a dog or a cat. So over there underneath that tree, straight across, the hills broke off. So they like in there and on their belly. In there, I'll put a white material that looks like flour. They even put it in our flour to keep it from clumping and the millers and the moths out. Ground up fossilized sea shells, they'll die tenacious earth. Swallow it and get the bugs off of them. If they lick it, they'll have worms in them. Fall, Mother Nature gives us a good pest control for nothing, and it's the birds, and it's the only thing they allow to touch them. Birds is up and down their back and in their face, picking off the bugs and seeds. And those are cowbirds, swallows, starlings, birds, and sparrows.
So kind of like oxpeckers with hippopotamus, a little bit.
So if they're not too close to the gate, and get the gate swung open, stand between the fence and gate, and then you call them with your voice. You go yuk, 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 real loud, and then you better look out, because here they come, and here comes that brown thunder, and the ground's shaking. They're grunting, snorting. They get out in the new field. They're like kids on jumping jacks. Moms are looking for babies. Babies are looking for moms. And then as proud as they are right now to the next move, then they're ready to do it again.
I can't get your hat, Mom.
Catch it?
No, and I don't think you want it. It's in crap. I don't think you want it, Mom. It's in crap.
That'll be alright.
It's not dirty.
Okay.
Thank you. Just put it back in my pocket before it goes away again.
Any questions?
No. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
Question? Before they get the gate.
Got some good footage. So what do you want to do? You want to go back towards Michigan or go to Indiana? Go through Indiana. Up to you. No. That's knows where you want to go home. Okay.
Dinner hours, we're only open on Saturdays and Sundays. Then the first of May, we're open on Mondays and Tuesdays. The rest of the week.
Yeah, it was worth it. A little rain didn't hurt nothing, did it? Didn't even hop it down here. Okay, I have to come down here too, right? See if we can get see if Courtney, see if you know, Aspen, Courtney, her kids, they're old enough, if they're old enough yet. You know, right? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Maybe you can tell Lisa, right? So she tells, you know, tell the kids. Yeah, the kids are old enough now.
Drumming things.
You know, they've done different things like that here before. That building there is put together for like parties, weddings. We have field trips with children, and